Sorry, Cup, and welcome to another cat episode here for the Funk It Pod, the part of the Funk It Pod where I talk about all things cats, how my cats are doing, what my cats did to me, what I did to them, what we did together, all those things. And so this week, we just moved apartments, condominiums, also who think, what are condos? So we just moved apartments, basically. And yeah, how do we settle in? We've been living here now for 3 days. What did we do? How did we settle in? So now it's day 3. They're still not regular in the pooping department. They do poop, but not regularly, just as regular as before. So I hope we get that settled rather fast. To be honest, I put them under quite a bit of stress also. But now they should all be settled as well, hopefully. Yeah, so where do I start? So the moving. So I hired a moving truck and so on, and while we were loading everything from the old place into the moving truck, I kind of locked them into like one of my rooms, my office room, right? No problem. They know the room. They like the room. The big windows. Look at the birds. All good. Had some water in there, some food, but it took an hour or so not too long. No problem. Then the moving truck goes. I put them into the car, drive with the car and in the bag, put them up into the new place with the bag, and then first I locked him into the bathroom, and I felt so bad, but we had to move the stuff in the other rooms, and 2 moving people from the moving company, the landlord and so on, so they don't like new people, they're scared, so I was like, okay, maybe I better lock you into the bathroom for now, with some food, with some water, and then afterwards we play. So I had him in there. The black one, Snooze, like, let me out, let me look, what's happening, I want to see. The white one, Spooky, I was like hiding like in the last corner, like I don't like people. But it also took like an hour or so not too long. All good. Open a door and then run around, like check out a new place, sniff everything, of course, flop around, rub themselves on the floor, obviously, to make sure that's our territory now. So all good. And I found a few spots that they like right away, where they just like wiggled their butts and then just started to chill there a little bit, which is nice. Lots of windows here as well where they can look out. Lots of birds flying around. I still need to make the balcony cat safe. It's quite difficult to find the right materials. I'm gonna DIY it. I'm gonna make an episode on that. I ordered the stuff because all the actual cat nets, pet nets, or whatever you want to call it, they're all shipped from China. Like I couldn't find anything in Bangkok or in Thailand. And I don't want to wait too long. It's going to take like 2 weeks. I don't want to just have them 2 weeks inside. So I will DIY it. Hopefully, I'll give an update on how that worked. I'm going to try this over the weekend. So we'll let you know how that goes. Other than that, I had the cat fountain from the old place. Of course, plugged it in right away, so they feel at home. Have their toys that they always ignore, but they like to play with those rubber bands that you, if you're a girl or a they, them, or whatever, a guy, if you do like a ponytail, I'm sorry, I don't mean the gender, if you do your ponytail like those rubber bands, they like to play with those quite a lot. Yes, that's from when I do my ponytails. So all good in that case. Sleeping also no problem. They found their spots right away. Also, of course, still next to me in the bed if they want to. So that's all good so far. What they don't like so far is like in the old place I had like a huge garden. Here we don't have a garden. So I now live in the 6th floor. Before it was on the 3rd floor, and before it was like I open a door and it's just like the floor. And it's just like there are like 3 other apartments, but then it's like it's open, like the stairway is open. It's open air basically, right? So they like the white one, Spooky, would just run out and just look and then just sit in the floor in the hallway and just look out because it's open air. Now here it's not. It's like 6th floor, no open air, like a normal staircase with an elevator. So if we want to go for a walk, I will take them down and then we walk on the leash because they still need to get to know the surroundings, so I don't let them run around just yet. I have them on the leash, but I have them on the leash and then I let them go. But just the leash, just so that I can, in case there's like a car coming or something, because it's just a little bit of grass and flower and plants down there, no real garden. So it's like next to a small street, not the main road. Don't worry. But so if they walk around there, I just have the leash just in case. I can hold on like, hey, stop, there's a car and things like that. Right? So trying to make them get used to it, like every day, a little bit longer, a little bit further away from the building where we live, so that they get to know, like, where are we? How far away is it? If I go that way, I have to go back that way. So kind of like teaching them where we are, how to go back. Of course, going to be difficult with the 6th floor. The white one, Spooky, what she always did in the old places, as soon as I open a door, she would run between my legs, run out and just stop and just flop on the floor and then just look out at the birds like from the course open stairway. Now she tried it here too, and she runs out and she realizes, damn, that's not the same place. And then she goes, ow, like making that sound and like, that's different now. And she looked all confused and then she just stopped running and she's like, I don't know where I am. I'm sorry, Spooky. You're going to figure it out. So that's the cats right now. I bribed them with some food, of course. I bought some wet food that they like. I bought some treats that they like, just so that they're a little bit happier right off the get-go once we're here. The second time I felt bad then is then yesterday. So the internet was like a whole ordeal. I should have complained about that in the Thailand episode. The internet was like a whole ordeal. Like I made an appointment before I moved. I said, like, hey, I'm going to move on the 1st. I would like to have internet on the 1st. I said, no problem. We come at 2:30 p.m. Great. Right. So then AIS, that's the internet service provider, that I had to choose because True doesn't have cables here. So then AIS said, okay, we're going to be there at 2:30. Then at 11 a.m., the technician calls me like, I'm there already. Ting Liao. Cool. We have an appointment for 2:30. Why are you there right now? I called my landlord. Landlord was like super nice, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take care of him. Don't you worry. You just when you come back, we figure everything out." I'm like, "Okay, cool." It rained though, rainy season, right? So then the guy's like, "He can't work right now because it's raining too much, so he can't do the cable thing." Okay. Then I get another text while I'm on the way to drive to the new place. On my call from my landlord, he's like, "The AIS guy is leaving now," and I'm like, "It's 2:30. It's the appointment time. Why is he leaving at the time of the appointment?" And he said, because it's raining, he can't work. 2:35, he's gone. I arrive, rain stopped. I was so mad. The dude didn't even call me. He's like, he can't speak English, so that's why he can't call me. I talked to him in Thai before on the phone, and he said, like, he's already here. I talked to him on the phone in Thai. And he didn't dare to call me back. So then I asked someone to call him back in Thai. And he's like, sorry, my company AIS will call you for a new appointment. They did not. They did not call me for a new appointment. So then I text them on the channel, social media, email, and so on. Of course, no one replies. They have a bot on Facebook. It's like, yeah, just tell us your thing, and then we're gonna send a specialist right away into the chat. It took a whole day for the right away to happen. Of course, I didn't wait that long, so I called them, and then on the call they're like, "Oh, we have to check with our special team, fiber team. We'll call you within 1 hour." No call. So I called back. I said, "Hey, because I'm nice to the customer service rep, of course, because it's not her fault. Who knows? But it's not her fault, I think." I'm like, "Hey, this happened. Could you check?" She's like, "Okay, check. Okay, I have to ask the specialist. I call you back within 1 hour." You see where this is going, right? This happened like 4 or 5 times. I got so mad. I sent them such a mad, angry email. Not that it changes anything. So then for 3 days, I had to use my phone hotspot. That's also why the upload was late for the Thailand Tuesday, if you followed that part of the Funky Pod. And that was just so annoying. And then eventually yesterday, then they came at around 3 p.m. I had to leave at 3 p.m. to go to the hospital. So I asked if I could leave the key with my landlord or the staff. And first they didn't want to do it. And I'm like, "Hey, you messed up 3 days ago. If you tell me now we postpone again, I'm gonna go bonkers." And they're like, "Okay, yeah, sure, let's do it like this." But to then do this, to come back now to the, but I can't wait for the contract to expire and to move to someone else. I will never use AIS ever again, never. Okay, there was that. Okay, so then to go back to the cats to do this, because I had to go to the hospital, like, because I only can go to the hospital from 4 to 6. That's the only time I can visit there every day. So like that's the allowed visiting times. So I'm like, I have to leave at 3. Like I have to be there at 4, and I'll be back at like 7 or something, because it takes me like an hour to commute. So then cleared with the landlord, luckily. So he's super cool. Thanks for that. But then what to do with the cats? Because they had to install like the router and then like another mesh router in the bedroom, for example, right? So I'm like, okay, what? I'm going. It's like, I'm so sorry, girls. I have to lock you back into the bathroom. I'm so sorry. I felt really bad. I put water in there. I put like the treats in there to make them feel. And it's not a small bathroom. It's not like it's like tiny, but it's still just like one room, right? It has windows and everything. Don't worry. I opened the windows, of course, so they can look outside and blah. But still, I'm feeling so bad. That's what happens when you're in Thailand. So feeling so bad. And then when I came back and I open the door, I only see Snooze, the black one. I'm like, Snooze, all right. She runs out, runs around, everything's fine. I'm like, Spooky, where are you? And Spooky, and I hear like a meh coming from within the shower cabin, but the door to the shower cabin was closed. So she must have jumped on the sink, onto the shower cabin, and from the shower cabin into the shower, and then couldn't come out anymore because it's too high. Oh God! I open the door and she's like making like a sad sound. And then after that sad sound, I felt so bad. I just cuddled her and gave her like more treats. She didn't want any more. She had it, but like, oh my God, Spooky, I'm so sorry. Yeah, please forgive me. I think by now she's forgiven me. I forced cuddled her. She likes it, so. And eventually, because if you cuddle her, she's like, meh, but you keep cuddling her, and then you just pat her under the chin, and then she gives you her chin. She's like, yeah, okay, keep going. So she likes it. Don't you dare saying I mistreat her. So now we are, of course, BFFs again. And they're looking at me right now from the inside here while I'm recording. So that was the moving part with the cats. So just thought I'll share that. Maybe you have also some moving stories. Not maybe even moving stories, but even maybe also some moving stories with your cats. I'd be happy to hear or read about them. Just share them because I found it kind of funny. Like they're super cool in the car and everything, and new places. Like I always hear people say like cats don't like to go to new places. They like their territory. Every time I take them somewhere, we travel a lot, right? Not a lot, but if we travel, I take them. So they're super happy in like a hotel and resort rooms and new room here. They're like, hey, cool, something new. Let's check it out. Let me know how your cats are about that. Like they're super happy here. Right now, they're just mad at me that they can't go on the balcony, but soon they will, and I will update you about this. All right, that's the cat episode for this week. Let me know how your cats are doing. Thanks for joining as always. Don't forget like, share, subscribe because it helps to get to know more people. We can have bigger discussions. Also rate that thing if you want to. If there is anything that you want to share, social media @funkitpod or email funkitpod@gmail.com. Also running the website catparents.org if you want to have some information on like all the things that I discuss here. It's also all on there in written form. All right, that's it. Thanks for being here. Take care. Stay safe. Meow. See you next time. Sawadee Krap.